Guys, today I'm doing another Storytime video and it is inspired by a video I saw on my subscribe list. I subscribed to a lovely YouTuber that is so awesome called Sarah Hawkinson, and she did a paranormal experience story time. And these are like stories I don't necessarily think are paranormal, but I can't explain them, and neither can my family. So when watching this video, I was kind of like, oh, I really want to do one. And like, I would have only have filmed this video if it wasn't for watching Sarah's video. So definitely, I'll leave it down below and go check that out, because this is definitely inspired by it. And I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I'm so unsure, and that's just my opinion. I do kind of believe in the paranormal, but at the same time, I'm just like, it's all proven. But I'm going to class these as a paranormal experience because I can't explain them. There's definitely something weird about these experiences that I just can't explain. So I thought I would tell you them in a story time. And I have one of my own personal paranormal stories that just blows my mind. Another one that happened to me from my mum's perspective, and a story about my mum. So hi mum, you're probably not going to watch this video, but this one's for you. So I'll start with my own paranormal experience. So a lot of paranormal, what I believe to be paranormal things have happened. I just can't explain them. I've had genuine feelings that someone has been in the room waking me up in the morning. I've had I've believed that someone has come in the room and gone, come on Jess, get up, and I've been like, oh okay, and no one's been there. I've had these feelings that someone's just been there, like, and I know that's kind of, you can explain that like psyching yourself out, it's all mental. And I mean, this has happened since I was like so young. I've had sudden feelings that someone's been there, and I've just woken up. And we lived in quite an old creepy house. Not creepy house, but it's a really old house, so it's just stuff like that, and it kind of like scared me more. So I think in my head, because we lived in an old house in the middle of nowhere, I kind of psyched myself out about these experiences and just believed they were paranormal experiences. Like, so far in this video, I'm so unsure. I don't want to make anyone leave nasty comments about me being stupid because I believe in paranormal things, but at the same time, I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence because I kind of believe in it, but at the same time I feel stupid in myself for saying I believe in it. But I don't think it's stupid to believe in the paranormal, because some shit just goes down sometimes, and it's just strange, and you cannot explain these things despite what people might say. Like, I don't know, but then again, it's not proven, so I'm not too sure, and I don't want to make myself sound like an absolute lunatic on camera on my channel for people to think I'm a lunatic. But we'll move past that. Yeah, and one of these particular experiences of mine, I was at my home, so where my parents live, and we have 3 floors in our house, and the bottom floor is a basement which is done out into a living room, and above the living room is the kitchen on the 1st floor, and that is how you get into the house. So you come into the big doors and you come into the house. We have really old wooden doors, so you hear the door go, it like kind of always hits, and it's just that door noise. And then we have like hard flooring, so you hear footsteps. And my mum, she, again, like all these stories involve my mum, she wore heels to work, and it was, at the time, I wasn't at university yet, so I just kind of was at home. I had finished college in the summertime, and I just had nothing to do. I had a part-time job on a weekend, but that was it. So I'd be downstairs drawing, just drawing. I was about 19 maybe, and I heard the door go. I heard someone come into the house. I heard the door shut. I heard heels on the floor. At a point, like, this is how it was actually happening. So I got my drawing stuff, I put it all away. I thought, oh, my mum's upstairs, I'll go talk to her, because I would every time she came home, maybe get some food. Put it all away, kind of like turned the TV off, sorted out the sofa, went upstairs, and no one was there. No one was there. And then when I checked the clock, it was 1 PM. My mum always finished at 3 PM, and I thought, oh, that's strange. I didn't even think about it that she wouldn't be home. And then I was like, it was to a point where I was like, hello? Like, hello? And it's like someone had to be in the house. Like, we had dogs, but in summer our dogs would be outside, and I doubt the dogs could make the door go, the heels, like the footsteps, and I absolutely freaked out and just went back downstairs and was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it was creepy as shit. It was so creepy, and like, it was a genuine noise. It wasn't just it sounded like a thump, like something could have fallen. It was genuine, the door going and footsteps, like more than one footsteps of heels on the floorboards. So I was just kind of scared, but like, that wasn't the first time something like that had happened in that house. Like, a lot of things from when I was younger would as well. It was just, I don't know, there was just something about the room I had when I was younger that freaked me the fuck out. It was always so cold, it was really chilling, and I always felt dead tense. That's what I didn't like about the bedroom I grew up in as a child. There was a tension. I hated going to sleep on my own in there because it was just tense, and I that could be explained as it all being in my head, but other people also said that room was really tense. Like, my sister she's in that room now, she hates it. They've converted it into 2 rooms now, but when she was like, had the room after I did, she hated sleeping in there because she just said it was just so tense. Like, something was about to happen all the time, and I hadn't even mentioned that to her. Thinking about it now, I do have a recent experience of where I work. So where I work is like below a condemned hotel. So the part of like our pub is a bottom area of a hotel, so you go upstairs into our staff room and it is a hotel room, and then if you go down the corridor is the rest of the hotel, but you're not allowed in there. And like, it was the first time I'd ever gone into the hotel bit. My manager had taken me and another employee around just to kind of show us the hotel and like the rooms, because we do store some stuff for the pub in the hotel bit. And we went into one room, and like, that tension again that I know from growing up in this bedroom was there. It was like someone it's like, you know, when someone stops and the tension and you're just like, oh sorry, like to a human being, it's like you caught someone in the act, or it was their room and they didn't want you there, or there was like a secret, like that elephant in the room, and like, it was just this one sudden room. And I never said anything to any of my manager, the other employee I was with. I just kind of said, oh, I don't like the feel of this room, it's dead cold and tense. And it was just this one room. It was like at the front of the building, and there was like an old sofa in there, and it was just weird. So we went around the rest and kind of like played a joke. Someone pretended to be like dragged into a cupboard because it was damn creepy, and we went back downstairs. So on a Friday night, we have bouncers in the pub too, and one of these bouncers is really friendly, really good friends with my manager, and my manager then took him upstairs. And I was talking away to the other bouncer, which was a woman, and I'm just telling her how I felt, and I was like, there was this one room, and it was damn right awful and really tense, and I hated it. And she was like, oh, that's creepy, I don't want to go up there. When the bouncer got down, he said word for word what I just said to the other bouncer. She was called Kelly. He was like, Kelly, right, this room, it was tense. It was like someone was breathing down your throat, like they didn't want you in the room, like it was their room, like you'd walked in on them, like there was an elephant in the room, it was cold, it was tense. And then like, she kind of pieced 2 together and was like, Jess has just said exactly word for word what you are telling me. Was it the room at the front of the pub? And he was just like, yep, and he came running over like, what was that room? And I was like, that is creepy. How someone else, without me telling them, mentioning anything. I mean, I was talking to the other bouncer while he went upstairs, and I hadn't said anything to my manager or my friend I worked with, and I was just like, that is creepy. And it's those little experiences and feelings that you can't describe, and like, you might not believe me because you may have never had that feeling, but it was creepy as just, it was weird. But yeah, you can't really lie about those feelings. So there's just something wasn't right about that room, and it's kind of stuff like that. Like, is that paranormal? I don't know. It's just creepy, I guess. It's just, there's something not right in this world, in that room where I work. His next story is when I was younger. So my dad used to work away on nights. So me and my mum would be in this big house on our own in the middle of nowhere all the time, and I would sleep with my mum. So 3 in the morning, she says it must have been about 3 in the morning. I was about 3 or 4. We were snuggling in bed, and my mum hears the stereo in the living room turn on, and it was playing music to a point where my mum thought someone had got into the house and was playing music. Like, they were like downstairs listening to the stereo. My mum sent me downstairs. I was 3 or 4 years old. My mum was like, Jess, go see what that is. And I did. I got out of bed for my mum and went downstairs, and like, I don't remember anything about that, but that is just a funny story my mum tells me. But she was freaking out so badly because the stereo wasn't turned on at the plug. So that's what she found so creepy. Someone had literally had to have turned it on at the plug and then pressed the button on the stereo. It makes me feel a bit sick just thinking about it, that they had to. My mum sent me downstairs, but I guess she must have come with me. Like, we never end the story because I'm always mortified that she sent me downstairs. Finally, the last story that I would like to tell you, which again, I don't know if these are paranormal because it's not like I've seen a ghost or anything's happened, but I just cannot explain this story and I find it creepy, and it is about my mum. So my mum, I need to tell you a bit of backstory. My home is my grandma and granddad's old house. So my grandma and granddad got this house when they were young, raised children in this house, and then my dad was the youngest and he was in the house when his parents died, my grandparents. I never met them. So he got the house and like he's always stayed in it, and obviously then he met my mum and they raised us in that house. So that's a little backstory as I tell you the story, which is creepy as fuck. So my mum, on a regular basis from when I was younger to now, every month at least, will wake up and not know who my dad is. So she wakes up in an absolute panic and she's like, who are you? Who are you? And my dad will be like, at first, like he was flipping out, like, Tracy, what's going on? And she was like, no, get away from me, get away from me. And then she obviously flips out and tries to get out of bed, like my dad's trying to murder her. She tells him like she knows he's trying to kill her, stuff like that, and we always laugh it off now because it's an absolute joke. Like once before I was that annoyed I could hear my mum like shouting for help and I was like, shut her up now. And we always joke about it when it happens because a lot of the time my mum gets out of bed and just runs for miles and she'll run down the stairs, and I think it really, I don't know if that's sleepwalking, but my dad really has to coax her back into bed, and it happens once every month, which is weird enough in itself. Here is where the weird thing happens. My mum and dad, like, their bedroom is where my grandma and granddad used to sleep. My grandma used to do the same thing. My grandma used to wake up once every month not knowing who my granddad is, and that makes me feel really chilling, really quite scared. And my mum, like, we talk about it all the time because like we'll always bring it up, say like if someone else is here, like with Joel, I'll tell him this story and then my mum will be like, yeah, like your grandma used to do it, and I just think it is creepy, but I've never really gone into more detail about it because I never asked her because I just daren't. I don't want to know. How creepy is that? I kind of want to just call these like creepy stories rather than the paranormal stories, but like in Sarah's video she kind of doesn't say, like she doesn't say her story is a paranormal story, but what else can you call it? What else can, how can else can you explain these things? So those are my kind of unsure what to call them story time videos of how I've had quite creepy experiences with force unknown. I don't know, maybe I am just mental, but hey, makes for a good story time so I can just sit and chat to you guys. So I really hope you like this video, really hope you liked me chatting away. Don't leave me comments calling me an idiot because I'll be quite upset about it because I kind of don't know how to describe these stories and I didn't know where to tell you them because I didn't want you to think I was mental. Let me know if you believe in the paranormal. Do you? Do you not? I mean, you can tell me if you don't. I'm not gonna be like, oh, don't comment. Like, leave comments. If you don't, tell me why you don't believe in the paranormal. Like, I want to know, really. So, thank you for watching, guys. Bye.